Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another round of the final refrain. This time with JT. Oh no, I forgot to update the title. With jtrussell versus Dorian. Dorian versus JT Russell. Alright, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to find back, but that's alright. We'll manage. Yeah. Oh wow, I don't even have to change the window. That's a new one. Alright, so spoiler. Let's go take a look-see at our second round. And we are here in the very bottom of the bracket. jtrussell versus Dorian. Yeah, you all know them, you all love them. Dorian, one of the two remaining European players. So I have a somewhat vested interest in them performing here. And yeah, here we are with another away versus away matchup, one that has really been favored in this tournament. By the stats, somewhat similar decks, one could say. At least Dorian's deck brings some Ember generation, while jtrussell's deck is providing some Ember control as well as some efficiency. We see a nice triple streak in the jtrussell deck. That can be very tricky to bid against. It's going. It's doing something. All right. Yeah. But I think the players are ready. So without diving too deep into the decks, let's just go watch the game. Let's see if they haven't made a lobby yet. There they are. All right. And yeah, as you can see, we also, other than just being AOA versus AOA, we also have Sanctum logos mirror. The third house being different, the Untamed on Dorian's side versus the Dis on jtrussell's side. And also, it looks like I have correctly predicted the locations for each player's Ray. Yemi. Yeah, it seems like jtrussell's deck, Enoch, the defender of the Silver Monastery, will be going first every round. And yeah, let's take a little bit of a closer look while the players are deciding on their opening hands. And we see the triple streak double binding irons, and it can be a nightmare to bid on the other deck here. Also, a key to this is some nice board control and Exhume. Exhume not having too many exciting targets in this itself, if you're not counting a streak or a York at least. Then in logos, there is an interdimensional graft, not the binary rupture to go with it. So just some value grafting to be done. Alright, but we're starting off quickly. Tesmal on jtrussell's side, followed by two Logos creatures on Dorian's side. Does leave the Tesmal alive, but jtrussell goes into Sanctum. Protects the Tesmal with the Rot Haze, but leaves the Sudderkin on the field. Are we going to see another Logos turn from jtrussell, or have they not drawn any more Logos cards? There's still a decent few Logos creatures, so I could, if you've drawn one or two of them, it might be worth just going back there. Yeah. No, goes into Sanctum. But we see the Golden Aura. Golden Aura awkwardly turns Sudderkin into Sanctum, so it can be used. But it won't be Logos anymore, so it's only going to draw one card after being used. But that's still a little bit of Sudderkin value, as well as just generating one Ember, of course. and it's back to jtrussell. That decimal still looking pretty juicy. So let's see if there's going to be a second turn this time. No, goes in the third house with logos. We see a standardized testing, taking away the own, kind of trading which for which here, taking away the Sudokin, but also the decimal. Gets down the sizable entangler and plays remote access for no value here, as well as a replicator. Nothing to replicate currently. And if nothing else special is happening, we might be seeing an untamed turn here. Yeah, just an untamed turn for some of the deck cycling. Persistent hunting is going to exhaust the sanctum board here, and there everywhere takes out the replicator, but isn't able to build up much of a board anymore. So we just see both players' Ember totals just kind of plodding along, going up ever so slightly, but also developing a board. We see this here. Banish is going to archive the Grove Keeper and place down the key to this. So has a board wipe on a stick here, being able to activate it at any moment. Phoebus Lightbringer is going to immediately take out the streak. That's a pretty good streak answer. So bidding on Dimian Il Potente might not be too scary. Because you know that you at least have this one thing that can always take care of it. And go throws Lightbringer into Rotaries. And we also see a Smite. Some extreme value, because now the Smite lets the Query Rider kill the 1-power go. And then with the upside effect, lets Sermero kill the other Sermero. And yeah, just like that, we have a board on Dorian's side and nothing on jtrussell's. While this turn started with 4 creatures for jtrussell and nothing on Dorian, I believe. jtrussell goes into Sanctum, doesn't use the key to this yet. Just uses Harder Come to purge the Sermeros. Although here they might still use the key, but no. It's just going to play another Sermeros of their own and Smite to take out most of Dorian's board. Here though we do see the Redacted coming down. And in a kind of slow game like this, I can see that this is going to probably forge a key at some point. Might not even have to do too much work to get there. Now I did see that one of the decks had some little bit of artifact control. Might be a Poltergeist from jtrussell? No? It's the remote access. Remote access not really going to take away the react here. Yeah. We other than the react, by the way, we see some logo stuff coming down, which is going to disappear on jtrussell's Sanctum turn here. Also have the Abates, which can start to disappear somewhere. Oh, I totally missed that one. Wow, that's a thing. A Heart of the Forest. Do we have key cheats in Dimian? Please say no, please say no, please say no. Yeah, we have the Redacted. Oh no. Oh. Is this going an interdimensional graft? Okay, so we have 39 minutes left in the match. Oh no. Yeah, that is a thing. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if Demon is going to go the Heart of the Forest route here. Also, what did I sign up for? Get me out of here. I regret so much. No, it's fine. Maybe. The thing with Reject is that you cannot... You have control over it, of course. But it's also kind of difficult to avoid during a long game. But yeah, we see jtrussell not play any cards and just fight some things, reap some things, and unstun some things. Does go to check here. Dorian is going to doorstep to heaven and free markets to take jtrussell off check and go to check themselves. And just a quick check that there's really no artifact control other than the remote access. Yeah, that might be all. So yeah, jtrussell goes into this here, plays Exhume, some creatures, and then Binding Irons. Dorian here goes into Logos for the first time. Plays quite a few cards and also plays the Interdimensional Graft, but not really for much value. jtrussell will be forging probably, but won't have any Ember remaining afterwards. And is going to play a Dusk Witch. Alright, so we might just see Dorian trying to push for a natural kind of key progression here instead of a Heart of the Forest one. And yeah, jtrussell forcing a key here. It kind of looks like a like they're head-to-head, but Dorian has kind of all the Ember needed for a second key on a Beta Grim on capture, and also has the Redacted taking up here. So it's although the Heart of the Forest might actually kind of work against them in this spot. Oh right, yeah. Sorry, no, I that was my bad. Let me try to fix that. Right, I touched some stuff I shouldn't have touched. How do I? Alright, so this one should be. Thank you for saying something. Ah, there we go. Okay. So yeah. Whoops. Here we are at a more watchable kind of situation. That's a thing. Anyway, we see jtrussell go into a Logos turn, take some care of some stuff like the Dusk Witch with Bouncing Death Cork, play the Interdimensional Graft for not too much value, and yeah, just kind of start to build back from here. Alright, so we see Dorian going to Untamed, play a Glimmer, which will get back something. Many good cards. Inca the Spider, Paradise Wild gets rid of the Tesmal, but it just goes for the They're Everywhere, for the Ember, and uses double They're Everywhere and Save the Pack to take out most of the board, and Marmo gets us the rest of the way there. And yeah, checks for a first key, second key. Yeah, and if they forge here, I think jtrussell will be kind of in a stalemate, because then they can just go into logos twice, and then wait for Russell to forge a second key and win the game. But we do see a pretty key doorstep to have in here, which might delay that for just a little bit. But still, it seems difficult for jtrussell to get out of this one here. Dorian here goes into logos, going to reap twice, as well as archive with the memory chip. Draw a card with the library, and play another creature. On board, the Borden can stop the key here, but that probably is not going to generate enough immense momentum. And yeah, jtrussell goes into this. Is going to use the key to this and put some stuff down. But that seems to be a pretty conclusive checkmate. Dorian only has to go into logos here. Okay, well, I suppose if jtrussell can get down a decimal again, there will be something to be done. As it is, though, not much possible. So yeah, jtrussell will now have to really cycle through this to get back the decimal, play the decimal, and then keep it activated so Dorian won't be able to go to logos while jtrussell goes from 1 to 3 keys. In the meantime, though, Dorian can also just win through playing cards. A potential trap, though, is that if Dorian goes into logos next turn, while jtrussell doesn't have a second key yet, Redacted will be destroyed, but the key will not be forged. Now, since Dorian is bringing the deck, I assume they are aware of this interaction, but that is something tricky to watch out for. jtrussell in the meantime is going to go into logos. Igor, and yeah, so if you want to play into that, you can Seismo Entangler the Sanctum just to maximally incentivize the logos call. But then again, if you think your opponent is going to think they are going to force with logos, might not need that anyway. So let's see. Dorian is going to go with Untamed. Okay, no, yeah, knows about the trap laid by his own deck. Good. Discard, save the pack. Perilous Wilds absolutely eviscerating jtrussell's board with killing Director of CYX, Archimedes, Streaks, all of it really. Yeah, and is on check for the first key. And I think there might be a concession from jtrussell somewhat soon, just because they cannot really do much to advance a game plan. far as doorstep, yeah. Maybe if you... Well, okay, so maybe if you make 0 Ember and just run Dorian out of cards, so that they only have logos left to call in this position. So 28 minutes on the clock left. No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I might have to relocate after this match though, just to not annoy my neighbors too much. Yeah. Both players in kind of the awkward situation that they cannot do too much without instantly losing the game, at least on jtrussell's side. Goes into Sanctum here. It's just going to fight all the non-logos creatures, I would assume. The Warata is coming down. Yeah, that is what we are going to see happen. So, yeah. Oh, and also killed logos creatures, and that's fine. As well as capture onto Borden. Dorian goes into Sanctum here. Famous Lightbringer going to kill some more stuff. Plays Rise. But does only have 2 cards here. So now some more fighting in Sanctum is undoubtedly going to happen. You can use the Potion of Invulnerability here to make sure your stuff survives, I suppose. Well, that's kind of the first time I've seen the Abonti Armorsmith action. Ooh, it's going to have something die, then use the potion, and then kill the Rothais for reals. And Dorian, though, I think Dorian did just lose the last chain on the previous turn. So we'll at least see 1 more card here. Okay, still a lot of cards to be played. Might not actually have too much logos in the hand. And yeah, with the Dusk Witch. Alright, because the Titan Librarian is just kind of archiving all the logos cards from the hand. So yeah. So yeah, let's say hypothetically time is going to be called somewhat in the near future. We all have jtrussell at 1 key and 5 Ember, and Dorian at 2 keys and a lot of Ember potentially. But jtrussell, of course, does still have the Doorstep to Heaven somewhere in the deck. I think it's in the Discard now, actually. So jtrussell just is going to have to cycle through the deck and find the Doorstep to Heaven again. So that when they are in a position to forge, that they will be able to take a large last turn and then with Doorstep stop Dorian from forging. Sounds like a tricky spot though, with already 4 cards in the archives. It seems difficult in Sanctum. Like the maximum amount you can generate in Sanctum, assuming you're already at 5, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is a lot, but that would require the perfect Sanctum turn. And absolute board dominance. That does mean that as long as Dorian is... okay, well, there is still some game to be played. I was maybe a little bit defeatist about jtrussell's chances here. He's going to use the Titan Librarian here. And the Heart of the Forest, if nothing else, does give you a lot of time. Gain some more amber, that doesn't really matter with free markets. And yeah, it is an interesting to see that Heart of the Forest, jtrussell is taking maximum advantage of it. So Heart of the Forest kind of punishing Dorian here by itself. But in the meantime, Dorian is also just going to take out a lot of the board here on the Sanctum turn. Just leaving jtrussell with 2 Sanctum creatures. jtrussell is going to go back into Sanctum, sure. And just take out the Board and the Redeemed, play Obeyed, and just draw 1 more card, I think. 0 more cards. Yeah, 0 more cards. I don't know where the extra card came from, but yeah, 0 more cards. And it's back to Dorian. So yeah, as Dorian, you just kind of have to constantly fight jtrussell. You just have to keep their board small enough that they won't be able to take a huge turn to outvalue in a hypothetical time scenario. And time is probably still going to favor you here. But yeah, place the Duskwitch here. Going to archive another card with the Titan Librarian. And jtrussell goes into this, does find the key to this. So that's going to be nice. 3 cards left in the draw pile. Gives some more chains to Dorian with Binding Irons. Might have an Exhume. Has a Tesmal at least. Tesmal pretty important to possibly at least force your opponent out of 1 house. Although, scarily, doing that does force you to reap with the Tesmal, which might not actually be an option here. Dorian in the meantime is going to go with They're Everywhere and stun the Tesmal. So probably not much of an option in any case. Alright, finally purchase the Lightringer. So that is some pretty important cards gone at least. We see actually a lot of the Sanctum creatures, big eyes being purged. Right, because the Surmeros had the power counter, that's why they got by the harder they come. And now, for the first time in a little while, we see the Librarian being freed from any protection. Now all it takes is, of course, for Dorian to play a single creature here, but yeah. Yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to go quickly mute and quickly relocate. Somehow, in some way, I have a feeling that the game won't be ending in the next 4 minutes. So yeah, I'll be on mute for just a little while, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. The stream will keep going, so you can get to watch this exciting action in real time. And see you soon. Alright, whoopsie, I'm back. It seems that in a shocking twist of events, although jtrussell was fighting hard here and valiantly, I didn't really believe, and yeah, in the end, jtrussell also didn't believe that there was a game to be won there. And jtrussell conceded just after I started moving. So yeah, now we're in the reversal matchup. And we're going to see jtrussell on Dimian Il Potente. Yeah, and we see the jtrussell deck, Enoch going first again, but now it's Dorian on the play. I think both players have mulligans here. And yeah, the second game is food. Yeah, just when I made the decision, like, okay, we're going to be here for a while. I have some time. Nothing much is happening. Perfect time to move. It was not the perfect time to move. Oh, where did my game go? There it is. Yeah. Also, it seems like Dorian might have a little bit of connectivity issues here. And there he is back again. All right. Let the games begin. And we see a simple Rod-Eyes the Fierce. One of many, if last game is an example. And it's over to jtrussell. Now that last game I do think was mainly brought to you by the Heart of the Forest. It was a very tempting Ember Pip, but it might not have been the most correct choice in hindsight. I think with Dimian, especially against lack of artifact control, you can just kind of, with the redacted, easily get ahead if nothing strange happens. And yeah, we see two Saint creatures coming down, one disappearing after a banish from Dorian. And back to jtrussell here. Who is? Oh no, that's not Ember, that's Chains. I was going to say that he was ahead on Ember, but he's ahead on Chains, which is also something to be ahead of. Yeah, he's going to do a pretty small Untamed turn here. Just playing a creature and discarding a card. Well, Dorian goes into Logos, getting down to artifacts, not redacted, and plays the interdimensional graft and the remote access to generate some Ember. Yeah. And just some more creatures coming down on jtrussell's side. Help playing the Surmeros for some efficiency. And we see two of those streaks come down. The question here is, do we have the Famous Lightbringer in the Sanctum? We have only seen about 1/3 of the deck so far, maybe half with hand cards. No, okay, but we do see double there everywhere. Just as good, really. And yeah, it's going to do a little bit of reaping as well, as a treat. That's Born and Redeemed getting pretty swole. But pretty swole also means that the harder they come, we'll see it as a target. So some potential downsides with that as well. And it seems like Dorian here does have some pretty consistently large turns. Plays the doorstep for no value, but also plays two creatures and an equalize. So yeah, some good stuff. some pretty quick turns here. Some more creatures being played. Not too much super relevance happening. We are just kind of waiting for if jtrussell can find the redacted somewhat soon. But right now the boards are just kind of increasing in size. And it's more a fight for the board than for Amber at this very moment. It is tricky to just raise... No, I see the raid, Fluximal, raiding with a party of 4. Maybe that's something you have to turn on Twitch. I'm not super super used to that. Anyway, welcome. We see here game 2. Dorian has won game 1, which you can see because the top score is a 1, of course, right now. Right now, you can see that Dorian has won game 1. We have been here for a little while because Dorian played a Heart of the Forest. Yeah, it was... jtrussell was fighting pretty hard on 1 key against 2 there for a while. But in the end decided to concede to save the energy for game 2. And in the meantime, that energy seems to be paying off, because with the free markets, some Ember cards and a small little reap in there, we see jtrussell now at 8 Ember, while Dorian is only at 3. He's going to use the Leisure of Broken Dreams here. Without any creatures, with the Talent mechanic, that means that jtrussell will exactly forge. Now we do see 2 streaks come down, but Dorian wants jtrussell to forge here. And so Russell will, for just 8 Ember. Still, really. And jtrussell goes into Logos, has those 3 tasty creatures on the board. Might see some fighting into the streak, or just some reaping for Ember. We do also relevantly see the redacted coming down. And yeah, it doesn't respect the streaks. It's just going to reap out here, which is fair enough. If you don't do anything, jtrussell will just continue reaping in Logos and win with 2 keys and the redacted forge, or 3 keys possibly. But yeah, it seems like momentum pretty favorably for jtrussell here. Smite's going to take out at least 2 Logos creatures, but that's not necessarily enough to prevent the Logos replan. And I think that will be what we see happening. jtrussell is only on a 3-card hand, so that might be slightly concerning. But that's also because 1 card is in archive, so really it's a 4-card hand, so not too bad. jtrussell is going to go for... There is, of course, also still a Female's Lightbringer in here somewhere. We've been through about half of the deck at this point, and... Well, it doesn't even do too much, but at least we'll take care of the double streak situation. It goes into Untamed. Does a little bit of reaping. Persistent hunting, perhaps, yes. Takes out the Logos stuff. Doesn't really want Dorian to use that Seismon Tangler there. And also plays the Marmos farm and draws 2 more cards. Let's see, I don't think there's too many Ember Pips in Logos anymore. We see the Interdimensional Graft gone. Okay, so there's still a Poke. That will be about it for raw Ember. I'm going to play a Standardized Testing and a Bouncing Death Quark. Now it's getting to a little bit of a scary position. jtrussell might just run out of gas barely with the finish line in sight. Now, of course, we see some more elusive stuff coming down. That means that the Female's Lightbringer can do quite a bit of work here. I don't think yeah, the doorstep to heaven is still in play. Okay, so that might also be a good time for that one. So yeah, doorstep female Lightbringer would probably be the optimal sanctum turn. We see Rot Eyes, not one of those ones. Female Lightbringer will alleviate a lot of the pressure that jtrussell has been feeling here. Dorian is going to forge key number 1 here. And does still have the Director of CUX in the archives. It's going to go with Sanctum. That Pip is also kind of a problem, but not anymore, because the Hardy Come will purge it. And with Double Reap, is trying to just get a little bit ahead of on Ember here. And suddenly jtrussell might not have the time to activate Redacted enough times. Yeah. jtrussell goes into Sanctum. Might see the female Lightbringer take out Cermeros or the Rot Eyes. No, it's just going to Reap onto Cermeros. Not sure, might say it captures twice, it only captured 1 Ember there. Still has the Cermeros left. Is there, let's see, is there still a Grey Rider in here? Okay, there's still a Grey Rider, so that might be what the whole holdup is about. Reach with Rot Eyes. Place Maruk. Place something else. Smite. That also works. So yeah, Smite's going to take out the Cermeros here. No, doesn't take out Cermeros. Oops, my bad. Takes out Beta Grim, giving back 1 Ember as well. And gets to check. And also kills the something else. What was it? The Research Smoko. So yeah, Dorian is going to go into this. Puts down a key, a Gup, and a Tesmal. And lashes out at the world. Oh, right. And there are 2 Cermeros, so that's why the chat message happened twice. Yeah, Lightbringer is doing quite a bit of work here. And yeah, if jtrussell does manage to win here, it seems once again like a kind of tricky chain bit. But I'm not counting out Dorian just yet. I think there's still some 2-0 possibilities, especially with Redacted having no action at all yet. And yeah, Standardized Testing is going to decimate the board for jtrussell. Now jtrussell is still in check here, so preventing that would be pretty huge. Igor finds bouncing Deathquark. No, something else. Plays the Interdimensional Graft, going to steal at least 1 with the Titan Mechanic here. And is on check for a second key as well. And yeah, with the board presence might actually be favored here. Seismo Tinkler stopping the Sanctum from reaping. And also importantly, Doorstep to Heaven will take away an Ember, but won't be preventing a key. And with Sanctum not being able to be used, Sanctum probably not the most appealing choice here. And JT goes into Untamed. There is still, I don't think we've seen Mimicry do a lot yet. Paradise Wilds also really hates those elusive creatures. Mimicry could be perhaps interesting with a counter-dimensional graft. No, it's going to copy a Buzzing Death Quark to take out some of the boards and get back some of that amber. That's pretty nice. And yeah, it's going to check at 5 here. Of course, Dorian has all the tools to stop the Titan mechanic from functioning. I can even use the key to this here. Oh, but doesn't play creatures on the Titan mechanic flank. Might be forced to use the key to this now. That's a little bit awkward. And yeah, I think those creatures might have just been played a little bit too quickly. And I think Dorian might be realizing that themselves now as well. Or do we have any more action in Sanctum left? Yeah, we seem to have a little bit of a tricky spot. Dorian has reaped and played 2 creatures. Is going to reap again with Smite. But has left the flank open for the Titan mechanic here. Which means that jtrussell is still on check at the moment. Plays a doorstep at an equalize. Okay, and use the key to this. So gets to 6 amber here. And a check, and jtrussell at only 5. I don't know how much amber control this deck has from hand. Doorstep to Heaven, of course, is still in play. But other than that, I think the amber control options are pretty limited. jtrussell goes into Logos. It's going to try to find some stuff with Vila the Researcher. And does get to draw 2 cards. Library of Babel draws another card. But I don't know if there's any Logos. And no, Dorian has won the match here. Well played from them. And a 2-0 victory here. Exciting ending here. It seems like the I was going to say AOA deck, but they are both AOA decks. The Dorian deck here was just slightly too slow in establishing a board presence, generating Amber. And you also found the redacted slightly too late. Dorian, it seems, will be another European advancing to the 3rd round. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, pretty crazy. Wasn't expecting that after game 1, but that's how that goes sometimes. Sometimes you're like, wow, no way that this reversal match is going to have any different results. And then you're just in some situation where cards kind of line up awkwardly for your opponent and in the right way for yourself. And then bam, 2-0 victory. Thank you all for watching, and see you the next time.